nested structure. We have already covered nested loops and nested if-else in previous chapters. So at that time I have shown you that whenever you are using nested loops, that means you are using loop inside another loop. Whenever you are doing nested if, that means you are using if inside another if, right? So the similar concept is applicable to structures as well. So if you are creating one structure and using that structure inside another structure as a structure member, then it is known as nested structure, and that is possible in case of structures, right? So as you can see the definition over here, that a structure that contains another structure as the member variable is known as nested structure or structure within a structure. But condition for nested structure is the structure that you are going to use in another structure must be declared before the structure. So if you are using structure 1 inside some structure 2, while declaring structure 2, you have to first declare structure 1. So that is the rule. So now here I have given one example. This is the code for nested structure, for understanding nested structure. So here I have created one structure address, and I am going to use that structure inside my structure employee to show my employee's address, and along with the structure member I am also going to show employee's salary and all that. This is how I can write a program. So you can just note down this code in your notes, and you can go further with the video where I am going to implement nested structure practically inside my IDE. You can see the entire code over here. So now let's go to my IDE and we will perform the program of nested structure to understand it in better way. So let's go to my IDE. So right now we are inside my IDE screen. Now to open a new source file, I will first do with Ctrl plus N. Here I will write include stdio.h. Here I will write int main and here return 0, right? Now I have to first declare struct add, which is used to store the address, right? So first I am declaring L, or say line 1, that is line 1 of structure address, and then here I am declaring line 2, which is another structure members. I have to give size, so I am giving 100. Here also I am giving 100 to the line 2, and char city to store the name of city. For that I am giving size 25. Semicolon is must. Now this address structure will be used inside another structure which is named as employee. So I have to write struct EMP, that is employee structure. Inside this I am writing, first I am telling integer salary. You can also take it as float, but I am taking salary as integer. And also along with this I am adding struct add a, right? So here you can see that this is kind of integer member and this is kind of structure address member, right? So A is having data type struct address, right? So what I wanted to say about the rule, that if you are using this structure must be defined before using it over here, right? So it is not possible to write a code like this. First of all, you have to create this structure and then you can use it. So this is the correct code. Now inside void main, what is going to be happen? Here it will be semicolon. Now inside void main or say int main, I am creating struct emp-e. So currently I am having instance or object of emp structure, right? So E is kind of emp structure. Now what E must have? E must have salary. So employee E must have salary and employee must have address. Where salary is in terms of integer and address is in terms of structure address, right? So now what can I say? So first of all, I am telling user to enter the data. So here I am telling enter the employee data, right? After that, I am again printing printf /n enter the salary, right? So after that, I am writing scanf %d. Here it will be and now E dot salary. The salary will be open and automatically in the pop-up box while you are dealing with structure, and here it will be semicolon, right? After that, I am writing printf /n enter the address, or say here line 1, right? So line 1 of the address will be entered over here. Now how to access that? This is important topic, right? This is important thing. Please pay attention to this. So here scanf %s, you can write and or you can also eliminate and in case of strings, right? So here I am writing E dot, now E dot A. But now this address may have 3 other members, that is line 1, line 2 and city, right? So I can write E dot A dot line 1, right? This is how you can write a string. Now let me copy this thing, and if I paste it over here it will be line 2 and here also it will be line 2, and after that I am writing enter the address. So here it will be city. So here it will be city as well. So dot city. You can see it is automatically opening, right? So this is how you can take values from user. But even if I save this program right now, it will not give me correct or desired output. I will show you how and what is the error over here. So first, let me save this program, compile it and run it. First it is asking me to enter a salary. Salary is very big, so 1 lakh, right? Line 1. So I am entering say D101. Line 2. So it will be entering say Ahmedabad or say it is city. So I am saying say something cross road, right? Something cross road. And it is not asking me to enter this city, right? You can see that it is not asking. Why? Because sometimes while dealing with strings and if you are using scanf, it may happen that the buffer contains some garbage value. Now what exactly this buffer is and how exactly it looks like in terms of hardware that you are going to study in COA. But right now just understand that there exists some garbage value in terms of strings. So every time before using scanf, use this function fflush stdin, right? So just copy this function and paste before every scanf where you are using string only, right? So it is not the case in terms of integer or float, but when you are using string, it may happen that you are encountering this error. It may also happen that you are not encountering this error. So that all depends on your hardware. But if you encounter this kind of error, then you have to use fflush function, right? So here salary is say 1 lakh, D101. Here it will be say something cross road. Here city is Ahmedabad. So this is how I can enter this value. Now if you want to print them in your proper manner, then you can print something as this, printf /n again. After this printf slash n, say employee data, and slash n again, it will be small. Copy this and paste it over here. It look better, you know. So paste it over here. Now here printf employee salary percentage d, and here it will be e dot salary, right? Space semicolon. Here after that I'm writing printf address is percentage s, percentage s, percentage s. Here it will be comma, or say comma, and now here it will be e dot a dot line 1, e dot a dot line 2, and e dot a dot 6, right? Let me see if it is correct or not. Compile it and run it. I'm entering, say salary is 1 lakh, d 101 something, Crossroad, Ahmedabad. Okay, pardon me for the spelling, but you can see employee data, and you can see that employee data is printed in this way, right? So this is how you can deal with nested structure. This is all about the nested structure. I hope you understand this concept and enjoy this class. If you have any doubt, you can comment below the comment section and ask me. So see you in the next class with different structure topic. Thank you so much.